What's going on, guys? So on Tuesday, Blade and Soul had an official live stream celebrating the 5th anniversary of Blade and Soul. This was on their Twitch and then they posted it on their YouTube. I actually had no idea this was happening. It kind of flew under the radar for me. So shout out to my Discord, this guy named Strife. He actually posted this because I had no idea this was happening. And they actually talked about some interesting stuff. So now the live stream itself is pretty long. They go over, of course, 5 years of Blade and Soul, talking about just kind of how they've been developing the game, adding content for the past 5 years in the West. They even talked with the lead art designer, all that. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. But I got to the very end here, kind of the good stuff, I should say, where she talks about some of the new content coming, and I guess Unreal Engine 4. I haven't really watched the whole thing, but she started to talk about Unreal Engine 4, so I hope it's good. So we're going to watch it together, talk about it, and see what's going on with Blade and Soul in 2021. So here we go.
Okay. News. Okay. First thing you guys want to hear is Unreal Engine 4, right? So, that was planned for development, released last year. Kind of COVID threw us a huge curveball in terms of that. So that kind of got a little delayed and there wasn't a lot of information about that. So just for you guys, Unreal Engine 4 development for Blade and Soul is still happening. It's still continuing.
It's still happening. Okay, well, this is the first time I've seen them really even mention Unreal Engine 4. Usually, when people ask in the past live streams, they kind of just ignore the question. So, let's see what she has to say more about it. Let's go.
Still continuing. I can't give you a date because we don't really have an exact date, but the goal is to continue development for Unreal Engine 4 and releasing it for, the Asian markets and our market as well. So, it's happening. I think there was a really good thread on the Reddit channel talking about it. You know, COVID kind of changed a lot of things up. Many of us still working from home, shifting from back in the office. So that kind of made things a little confusing and difficult in that term. So when there is more information, you will hear from us again about it. But right now, just so you know, it's still a thing, still in active development, and looking forward to it when we can get our hands on it for sure, for sure.
Okay, so I guess it's still happening, but I would love to get some actual footage of it because I'd actually like to know how much they actually got completed of it. Like, are they, if they've been working on for this on for years, they should at least have what, like 80% of it done, 90% of it done. It should be nearly done. Like, I feel like COVID, yeah, COVID did stop like a lot of development for games, but I mean, Unreal Engine 4 was announced years ago. Like, you would think that, yeah, COVID might have delayed stuff, but they should have a lot of it done. So we should at least be seeing some gameplay footage or something to actually showcase. Because as of right now, I mean, as I said, many videos, only thing we have is the Frontier server in Korea. So if they're really actually still actively developing it, they really need to showcase some gameplay footage, really show that it's happening. Because as of right now, we have nothing. So let's keep going though.
Now, another thing that went out in terms of news is, Blade and Soul 2. You guys have seen it. We've seen the
That's
trailer
a
as
mobile
well,
game.
and it's kind of like, hey, what is this thing? So, Blade and Soul 2 is a mobile game that is coming out of our headquarter development studio in South Korea. So, we don't have a lot of information about that yet. We don't have a lot of information about
That runs on Unreal Engine 4, though. Funny enough, the mobable games run on Unreal Engine 4, but the PC game still is on Unreal Engine 3. But that's funny enough.
that yet. What markets is it for? But just so you know, it is a mobile game, and more information will come out from HQ about that. And then if anything relevant for us, we will be sure to share and let you know what's up with that. But right now, you know, what we're doing here is focusing on the current Blade and Soul service. But we'll keep you posted if anything comes up out of that. Okay, and then the last bit of news that I want to share is our roadmap for the rest of for the next 6 months. So
Okay.
let's throw that roadmap up and I will give you just
Ooh.
kind of a quick run through of what that is. Now, granted, these are all just things that we've been talking about what we're going to have for the next half year, right? Next 6 months. So just giving you a heads up of what we can see. I can't give you a lot of information about it because mostly I don't have a lot of information about
I can. I actually know most of this content because it's already out in Korea. So, I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious if you just look up, Korean Blade and Soul. But I can actually give you guys information. So, the new solo dungeon is the one that got showcased in the Blade Dancer third specialization video over in Korea. I had that on my channel. It's basically you fight the Blade Master third spec Ghost Lady, whatever Blademaster Ghost Lady, as the final boss in that solo dungeon. So it's just like Master Han or any of those solo dungeons we already have. Apparently, there's different levels of difficulty you can join though, and you can party up with other players. So it's kind of interesting. It's like a solo dungeon, but it's not at the same time. Obviously, if you do it solo instead of teaming up, you get better rewards. But the DPS cap is insanely high. You're gonna need silver steel gear. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to do it if you're not super geared, super whaled out. That's a new solo dungeon. We'll be getting that pretty soon. Now, the brand new raid is actually called Black Moon, and it only has 2 bosses in it instead of the usual 3 we have in the raid tiers. It does drop new gear equipment. It drops one of those amulet things you can equip to the weapon, just like we have in the Iron Arc raid right now. Just a new endgame raid, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, just increasing gear and everything. And then we have Soulstone Plains refresh. Now, this I don't have much information on, but it's pretty obvious that they're going to be revamping Soulstone Plains. I will say I don't really know if it'll be very successful because we already know that Soulstone Plains is played by bots like crazy even to this day. It really has a lot of issues with people crashing. I remember when it came out with the Silfrost Mountains update, it was kind of a hectic. It was a lot of crashing for me at least, a lot of bots over there. So I feel like even though they're revamping it, I don't know if a lot of people will really be interested in it. Hopefully it does give better rewards though, and actually give some stuff that you can farm for. So we'll see what it actually means, but obviously they're just going to be revamping it like they did with Midnight Sky Petal Plains and a bunch of other content that they've done in the past. Also, Unity level expansion, you know, they're just increasing the Unity cap so you can get a higher level, self-explanatory. This one, Summoner Third Specialization, I have a video on that, I'll leave a link below. Very funny third specialization. It's a little weird. Your cat is in a UFO spaceship. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's pretty funny. So have that below, you can check that out. New heroic dungeon. The name is Darkwind Cave. It drops a brand new legendary earring. Drops new psyche. It's just new endgame equipment. Just going to be replacing House of Idols as a new endgame dungeon for 6-man dungeon running. Also drops apparently a new scale tier. I don't know why they add so many scales. I mean, we have the nocturnal scales right now, and then they're going to be adding another one. They just keep adding more scales over and over. I feel like they should really kind of stop doing that. It's really annoying having to farm different scale tiers every single time they release like a new dungeon or content. It's just really frustrating. I feel like they're just doing it too quickly, at least for me at least. Maybe I'm too much of a casual, but another new scale tier, it's like purple scales. I don't know the exact name of it over in Korea, but that's going to be coming with the new heroic dungeon. And then lastly, we got a new legendary dungeon. So, I mean, that's really the 6-month roadmap for content. Obviously, Unreal Engine 4 is not going to be coming this time frame, but she said they're still working on it. So, I mean, we'll see. Just be patient, I guess. I don't know. But let's see what she has to say about this. But I'm pretty sure I gave more information than she will. But let's see.
About it, and it's just really just a plan and schedule of what's going on. So there's a new solo dungeon, new raid. You guys have probably seen the videos come out of
From Jark on my channel.
our HQ about that. So really excited for that. There's plans for a Soulstone Plains refresh. I don't really know what that means, so we'll look forward to it and we'll see what it could be.
It means they're revamping it.
There is a Unity level expansion. Many of you guys have been asking for, when's the next level? When are new stones or whatever and stuff like that.
Who's asking for that? Is anyone really asking for more Unity stones and more? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that absolutely hates the Unity stones. I got a few legendary ones, but like, I hate the freaking RG chance. I always like enhance a bunch of blues to try to get a purple Unity stone, and then I always get another blue one back. I don't know. I just really hate that system. But I guess there's people out there really asking for that. Kind of surprising.
That's happening. Maybe the first 3 months. Next couple of months. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. And we'll see what change. Summoner Third Specialization. You guys have seen the weird cat UFO video that has been going around.
On my
So
channel.
that's is planned for us, and whatever next class specialization for the other classes are coming out. So looking forward to when that is. Looking forward to whenever they buff Warlock, because that'd be great to make Warlock great again.
Yes.
Warlock was a very popular class back in 2017, but not so much these days. But it's still loved. I still love it, and I wish they would just stop giving soul burn to all the other classes. So there's going to be another.
Oh my gosh! What? Okay, that's hilarious. I mean, she's not wrong. I've been saying it too. Warlock needs some buffs, but I'm really surprised she mentioned this on their live stream. The NCSoft devs over in Korea are probably getting pissed off. That's funny though. I really do believe that Warlock needs some buffs. I've always said that Warlock should get their third specialization like immediately. They should get it before any other class if they're not gonna buff the class at least. Like if you're not gonna give Warlock their third spec right away, at least buff the class. Do one or the other. But yeah, I 100% agree. Warlock is in a very bad state.
New heroic dungeon. You know, we just had a new one. Did we just
House of
have a new one?
Idols, December.
Yeah. And then there's a new legendary dungeon as well.
Yes.
Again, there's just not a lot of information yet about that because this is all things that we were talking about doing. So super cool, super awesome. Uh, don't mean to be talking too quickly, but this is all that I can't share with you at the moment.
Okay, so that's really the 6 month roadmap. I believe I gave more information than her though, but I mean it's all over in Korea right now. Everything in Korea basically is going to be coming to us. All the content you see, I mean, you literally just look at anything on Korea, Blade Soul. We're getting all that stuff. We are. This is how it is. So a lot of the stuff is really no secret. It's not like Western MMORPG like World of Warcraft or something where you don't know what's coming. It's a Korean MMORPG, so anything over in Korea, that content's going to be coming to us. So I don't really find most of the stuff a mystery. I mean, most of it is pretty obvious, but either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. So we got some information on Unreal Engine 4, basically the same thing though. They're developing it. It's coming soon. I can't tell you when, but it's coming. So we'll see. Maybe it's really coming. Maybe they're really working on it. I have said in the past, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they really are working on it because I'm really doubtful. But we'll just wait and see. I mean, that's all we can do, right? Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you're excited about in this 6 month roadmap. And don't forget to leave that like and sub to the channel for more content. See you guys next one real soon. I'm out.